Greetings, Inspiry fam, and welcome to Love Inspiry YouTube. It's your girl, Angie, the founder of Love Inspiry LLC, where our mission is to build more powerful, more transparent, and more durable relationships. Are you looking to get married anytime soon? Are you looking to get ready to walk down that aisle? Stick around because this video is about the 5 things I wish I knew before I got married. Let's talk love. So for those who don't know, I got married when I was just 18 years old. I was just a baby fresh out of high school, and I had really no life experience. So I had no idea what I was getting into when I got married at that age and everything that I would experience. And although I'm thankful for the experiences, the growth, the lessons, there were some things that I wish I had known before I got married. And that's what this video is about, just sharing 5 things, takeaways that I want other people to know when they go down that aisle, get married, whether you do it at 18 or whether you do it at 55. So the first thing is, I wish I knew that marriage was not easy. When I got married, first of all, I've been knowing my husband since we were children, since we were very, very small. And so I always knew that we would be together. It was just this feeling that the Lord showed me a long time ago that we were going to be together, that we were soulmates, that it was destined, and that, we were going to make it. And so I took that as it was just going to be easy. Like we wouldn't have any, just being young and dumb, that we wouldn't have any issues, that everything would be hunky-dory, perfect. And it didn't work out that way. And what I want people to know is just because you're with your soulmate does not mean that you won't have struggles. It does not mean that you won't have trials. It does not mean that you won't have tribulations. Everybody goes through that. I always think about the quote that anything worth having is worth fighting for. So, if your husband or your wife is worth it, you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to put some effort into it. Don't just go in expecting because you guys are meant to be and that, this is going to work, that you won't have to put any effort into that relationship. The second thing I wish I knew is the role of a wife a little bit better. So I saw a 2-grandparent household. So I saw how to cook, how to clean, how to do the domestics, right? But what I didn't see was those back end conversations of encouragement to your significant other, those conversations on how you communicate, right? Not what you are necessarily saying, but how you are saying it, how to support one another when you're down, how to work together to pay bills, to how you work together to talk about how you're going to allocate funds and when you're going to save and how you're going to save and activities that your children can go through or what you can donate to the churches or this, that, and the third. I didn't see all that back end stuff. And so I wish I had just known a little bit more. And being 18 years old, what can you expect? You're young, you're dumb, you're having fun. and for me, I was just getting out of high school in June. I turned 18 July, and 3 weeks later I was married. And so I didn't really get to see the role or understand the role of a wife beyond the physical aspect, beyond the domestic. So my advice to women and men, know your role. Identify your role together. What you expect from one another as a husband or a wife is very key to the success of your relationship. So number 3 is a huge one, and I actually just got done talking about it on my social media last week. I wish I knew that I had to make sacrifices. So again, you guys have to remember when I'm saying these things, I was young, very, very young. And some people don't even understand this in adulthood, that you have to make sacrifices. So I sacrificed time. I sacrificed family members because, family was not very supportive of me getting married at the age that I did, understandably. But I just wish I had a little bit more support support. So I sacrificed that. I sacrificed going to school, I sacrificed careers and things of that sort, and doing stuff that I wanted, because I thought that when I got married, oh, I can accomplish all of this while I was married. But because I didn't have a good backbone, his family was supportive, but because I didn't have a good backbone, I wasn't able to accomplish those things in the time frame that I thought I would be able to accomplish them. So I definitely made some sacrifices. However, being 32 years old now and 14 years into marriage, happily into marriage with peace, joy, love, and all of that, I realize I'm still making sacrifices today. So, just because I didn't understand them then, doesn't mean that I'm not going to go through them now. The sacrifices are all comes with the relationship. So you can expect that at 18, you can expect that at 30, you can expect that at 50. Until death do you part, you're going to constantly make sacrifices in your relationship. And so I definitely want to share that with you. It doesn't just stop when you get to a certain period in your marriage. It's a constant sacrifices that you have to make, from having family gatherings, how you allocate your family time. So these are things that you have to think about before you get married. So number 4, I touched on it a little bit in number 3, and it is, I wish I had a little bit of more money. I wish I was a little bit more financially stable when I got married, because if you don't know, or if you're new to me and haven't been following me a while, a lot of our struggles came from finances. So when we moved to Georgia, my husband, we didn't have jobs at the time. And so we fell into this pit that took us years to get out of. And so it just became this thing where it was just like, we felt like the weight of the world was constantly always on us. And so finances was huge. And I feel like most of the time, when people wait to get married, they get themselves established, they go to school, they get their career, finances, and you're a little bit more mature at that time, finances don't pose as much as a problem. Not saying that you can't fall into it, because anybody can fall into it. And that's why I encourage people, don't talk about stuff that you don't know, because God can fix it, so you can really truly understand what that person was going through. I say all that to say finances was a huge thing for us. And we fell into this pit. We fell into this struggle, and just trying to, it was kind of like an ego thing of like, who was better at budgeting. And it just became this thing that, it didn't have to be if, we had waited and became more financially secure individually to come together. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we knew we were going to be together. So it didn't matter if I went to college or he went to college or got a trade or I got a trade or something, and we came together. We could have still been together that whole time and then got married. So just always make sure that you're on one accord when it comes to finances. Make sure that you have a budget in place, a savings in place that you both can agree to, and then not only agree to it, but apply it. Be able to keep that budget in place, and make sure that you are abiding by the rules and regulations that you set within your relationship, the boundaries, the financial boundaries that you set within your relationship. Finances is a whole nother video that I can talk a long time on, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to move on to wish number 5. Wish number 5 is, I just really wish I knew myself a little bit better. At the time that I got married, I hate to use the word broken, but I was not really in a good space mentally. I was angry at people. I didn't get apologies that I felt like I needed, but I realized I don't need them. And I was just very, very heartbroken, and I wasn't who I am today. And so not knowing me, first of all, I was 18. I was a child. I was a baby. We think when we turn 18, we're grown and we can do all these things. You're grown legally, but you're not grown mentally. And that's the thing that, I really want to let young adults know. You're not fully grown yet. Your brain hasn't even gotten to that, fully functioning point yet. I really, really, truly wish I had known who Angie was, because if I had knew who Angie was, I would have been able to establish our relationship just a little bit more better. I would have been able to go into the relationship with a little bit more confidence that, hey, we can get through this, because I know who I am as a person. I know what I can bring to the table. I know my strengths. strengths, I know my weaknesses, and I know how to have conflict management skills. I can have a little bit more patience and compassion with you. All the things that we had to grow through as a couple. So I really just wish I was able to be completely 110% whole before entering my relationship like I am now. So I could have been able to be a little bit more present and give a little bit more than I was given at that time. And then also understanding my role as a wife. If you don't understand yourself, if you don't know who you are, how can you understand the role of a wife? How can you understand what to give to your husband or your wife? You can't. It's not possible. It won't work. You're always going to have friction because you don't know you. If you don't know you, you don't know anything about a relationship or another person, so you have to know who you are, what you stand for, your integrity, all that stuff, the little things. You have to be okay, 100% confident in your own skin. At that time, I was very, 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 very broken. I smiled through a lot of stuff when there was a lot of pain behind me. But we worked it out, and I worked it out. I couldn't look for my husband to give me what I was looking for him to give me. That was on me. That was between me and God to get over that and work through that. So I did this video just to help people prepare a little bit from my experience. 5 things I wish I had known before I got married. And there's a lot of people out there that don't have encouragement. They don't have a support team. And so they're looking for somebody to be that. And that's what we do here at Love Inspiry. We help couples prepare for healthy relationships, like I said, and then we help you overcome your relationship adversity once you get into that. So obviously I wasn't necessarily, I took all this pain that I went through, all this suffering that I went through, and I made it a company. But with all those struggles and trials and tribulations, it got me to this place now, in a place where I'm very happy and I'm very content in my relationship, and I want to share that gift with everyone else. And I have a book out called Vow Triumph, Breaking Down the Marriage Vows. It shares my story and breaks down each marriage vow and what you can expect, what you're truly, truly saying on that day. And it's available on Amazon. And if you want a signed copy, personalized, you can head over to my website at www.loveinspiry.com/Inspiry products to purchase a signed copy of the book. But it breaks down each vow. It takes you on a journey of sharing how I went from so in love to you know how the beginning stages are of a relationship. This person does nothing wrong, and then you start realizing, wait a minute, I don't know if I like this. But it's about working through it and getting through it together and understanding those vows. So check the book out. Don't forget, we have services, coaching services here at Love Inspiry. I hope to see you somewhere inside one of our products. Thank you guys all for your time and watching this short video on the 5 things I wish I knew about marriage. Tell me in the comments below what you would like to know when it comes to getting married. I love to talk about marriage. I'm very passionate about relationships. So I'm willing to help you in any way that you need help. So tell me below, what are your thoughts, your opinions, your feelings on what it means to get married, what it means to have a healthy marriage. I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to follow us at Love Inspiry on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe to this video and give us a thumbs up and drop a positive comment below. I'll see you guys all in the next video.